pulling my hair. Okay, go down just a little bit. I feel like that light just glares in my glasses. Okay, I'm gonna move this just a little bit because I gotta plug my phone in. There we go. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello, hello. I'm just looking at my notes because I got the topic yesterday. So I gotta refresh my memory here. Sorry, I got something on my screen. Give me one sec. There we go. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Anybody gonna talk to me tonight? Anybody? Hello, hello. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Hello. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello. Anybody gonna talk to me? Anybody? Hold on. I had a hair on my phone. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Maybe nobody wants to talk to me tonight. There we go. Hi, Joy from New Jersey. Welcome. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for the badge. Thank you for the likes. You're so welcome. Just gonna let a few more people hop on and then I'll get going. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello. So we're gonna talk about expectations tonight. So how many people are gonna drop off now? Thank you for the follow, Joy. I appreciate that. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Okay, well, it looks like we're just going to plateau out, so that's usually when I get started, and then people will just either hop on or hop off. Shelby from Tennessee, welcome. Glad to have you here. The Goat, thank you for the follow. Scrolling through, checking it out. Mel from Texas, welcome. I can't even pronounce your name. Let's see. Thank you for the badge. Thank you for the badge, Mel. Lisa from Pennsylvania, thank you for the badge and welcome. Who stole your husband, Larry? Oh, wasn't me. Hey, Julie, thank you for the badge. Mel, thank you for the badge. Is it Rudy? Thank you for the follow. No, I don't remember you. I'm sorry. Lisa, thank you for the badge. Sorry, guys, it's going really quick. Tara, is it? Thank you for the follow. Okay. Sorry, guys. You always got one in the bunch that's like, they're crazy. I don't know where, if they come out of the woodwork. Of course, TikTok never hides their comments, just the good ones. It just cracks me up. Anyway, thank you for all the badges and all the love, guys. Is it Cherie? Did I say that right? Hi, welcome. Where are you from? Penny from West Virginia, welcome. Glad to have you here. Okay, guys, well, I've already been on a few minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. So my name is Renee, if you're not familiar. Oh, Joy, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Minnesota. Did I say your name right? Welcome. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate that so much. So like I said, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. I started my TikTok a year ago in March. The reason I started my TikTok is because on September 14th of 2023, oh good, I'm glad. Laura from New York, welcome. So as I was saying, September 14th of 2023, my husband, for TikTok purposes, unalived himself. And that's when I discovered that I had abilities to talk to my guides. Richard, thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. And all the likes, guys. And at that moment, like I said, I discovered I had abilities. And my guides slowly breadcrumb me to my purpose, which is to be here with all of you lovely people and to be on social media. My purpose in life now is to help others through their loss and their trauma and to uplift others. So that's why I'm here. So if you've experienced a loss or a trauma and you just need a community or you're just lonely, welcome. That's what my community is about. My community is your community. The Experienced Tarot, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. And so you've lost your son. I'm sorry, Joy. Well, welcome. You're in the right place. We can talk about it if you want. Just give me a second here real quick. So I only have 2 rules on my page. I just ask that you always be kind, and if you can't do that, keep scrolling, and I'll catch up with the chat in a minute. And the other one is we talk absolutely no politics here. It's not against one side or the other. It's just not at all what my page is about. I always like to say I am on my journey of life where I am. You are on your journey of life where you are, and none of us are going to ever agree on everything. And so I just ask that if you can't agree to disagree, to hop off and keep scrolling. So tonight, usually when I go live, I get my topic from my guide. So tonight's topic is expectations, but I always believe that the topic goes where it's supposed to go. So it looks like Joy has lost her son. So we're going to talk about that real quick. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that, Joy. I'm going to catch up with the chat here real quick. We look for host boss, looking for host boss. Okay, not sure what that means. Richard, thank you for the badge. 2 years ago. So how are you dealing? Are you dealing? Not dealing? If you talk to me, I will ask you questions. You never have to answer, obviously. Amen. Good. Experienced Tarot, thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. I lost my man last year. I miss him so much. I understand. My husband will be gone 2 years in September. If you're not familiar with my story, Kimberly, thank you for the follow. Lizard Man, thank you for the compliment. So we were together for 32 years, and my husband decided to check out, and everybody kept telling me to put one foot in front of the other, and we'd never been apart longer than 2 weeks in those 32 years, and so I didn't know how to do that. I just didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to cope. I didn't know how to breathe. I didn't know how to do anything. And so once I decided I was going to stay here on this planet, sorry, I have to be careful what I say. We talk about sensitive content here. If you don't like that, hop off and keep scrolling. Please don't report me. And so once I decided I was going to stay, I had to figure out a way to heal myself. And so that's what I did. And I'm still working on it. Obviously, I think healing is always a work in progress. And I'm going to hop back here. I'm better when I work. I'm a teacher. Okay, I understand that. How are you with the drain that comes from sharing a gift like this? Sometimes it's very draining, and I work 2 jobs, and if you consider my social media, that's 3. So let's just say I'm exhausted a lot, but I'm learning how to clear my energy, and I'm learning how to protect myself a little bit, but it is exhausting. Do you have, I'm assuming, do you have gifts also, Mel, by chance? Just off of that question. You're not good when you're alone. I understand. Been there, done that, for sure. Mel, thank you for the badge. Sorry, I'm trying not to get stuff. Do you have any other social media? Yes, I do. I usually do that at the end, but I have a YouTube channel called Scorpio Medium, because I'm also a medium. So you can find me on YouTube as Scorpio Medium. I'm on Instagram. I have 2 Facebook accounts. I'm on Clapper. I'm on Lemon. I'm on them all for the most part. So yes, I do. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to... that I could not answer for you. I have to stop using wine as a band-aid. Yes, because that you are just prolonging what needs to happen, right? This is what I tell people all the time. So we can take our feelings and we can sweep them under a rug, right? And you can only do that for so long, and then eventually what happens is you trip over the rug. So you have to feel to heal. And let me also just tell you, that's why they call wines and alcohol spirits. And so you lower your vibration, and you also can let things in. Just a little tidbit there for you. Lizard, I'm not sure. I don't know what Blue Page is. I hate being alone now, and I feel like he is around me at all times. That's good, and more than likely he probably is. He's probably giving you signs. Most people are like, oh, I never get signs from my loved ones. Well, if you're expecting a billboard, I'm just going to clue you in. You're not going to get one. They give you little signs like angel numbers. They come to you in your dreams. Anytime you're thinking of them, most likely they're probably sitting right next to you. They just want to be included. The veil between us and them is very thin. And so, yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. Hey, Joel, how are you? I would have to say boy band 888848. I'm just going to say, I would say, knowing what I know now, because I've been down just about every rabbit hole in the last 6 years, I would say I'm against it. Off topic, but, and also I forgot to mention we're not shy here, so pipe in anytime, and you're never interrupting me, because like I said, my page is your page. Jason, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to keep up with that. Okay. Gotcha. Joy, 13 and 77. Are those your numbers? I see 77 and 44 all the time, but I also get angel numbers all day long. 333, 144. 44s are everywhere for me. 555, 444, 333, 222, 999 lately, and even 9999. So yeah, I feel red birds and butterflies. Yep, that's awesome. That's awesome that you acknowledge that. 111 shows up all the time for me. Yep, that's another one for me. I hear you. Nikki from Vegas, welcome. 19, okay. 711, Nikki. Okay, gotcha. Julie, thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate you so much. I lost my husband 14 years ago, and I still miss him, and can tell me if he's still with you. Generally, they are. You can ask him to be around you, and he will. I will also let you know, though, that if you are really, really sad or depressed, sometimes that will push them away a little bit, because they don't want you to be sad. They want you to know that they're okay and they're always with you. And so it's okay to have a moment, but if we slip into something that's longer than a moment, sometimes they'll back off, because if you're thinking of them all the time and having memories and getting really upset, they don't want you really upset. And so they'll back away, so you're not thinking of them constantly, and because they just don't want you sad or upset. Will you find love again? Well, I am a little psychic. I don't do that online. I guess that's up to you. It's whether you open your heart. How long have you said he was gone? I apologize. The chat was going, so I'm usually good at taking notes, and the chat was going pretty fast. Joy, thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. But I guess that's up to you, right? Are you going to put up a wall? Have you put up a wall? I know I did. That's the hardest for me, because for me, losing my husband, for me it was trust, abandonment and trust. I already had abandonment issues, and then when I lost my husband, and then of course, I trusted him completely, and so by leaving me, my trust, I'm struggling with that, but I'm working on it. Thank you for the badge, Julie. I appreciate that. Mel, thank you for the badge. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to keep up. So, Joy, do you want to talk about your son? So it's been, you said 2 years, right? Sorry if I got that wrong. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat tonight. It's going so quick. Yes. Okay. So you're good, except for when you're alone, although you're using wine as a Band-Aid. Was that correct? Which isn't good, because you lower your vibration. That's why they're called spirits. That's why I don't drink, because I channel and I don't want any interference there. So just be careful there. How did I recognize my gifts? Well, I had gifts as a preteen. I used to have dreams that come true as a preteen, and then they kind of quit. And then I always just kind of thought maybe I had abilities, but I really didn't know. And then after I lost my husband, I deep dived into journaling and meditation. Because like I said, if you've been here, I decided I was going to stay on this planet, because at first I wasn't sure I was going to. I had to find a way to heal myself. And so I deep dived into journaling and meditation. Knowing what I know now, I was getting messages from my guides throughout, and I've also had visions through the years. I just didn't know what was happening to me. And so when I started doing meditation, I started getting messages in my meditation. It started out kind of like Pictionary. And sometimes I would get like a chalkboard with words on it, and of course I hear voices. Oh, thank you for the kitty. I appreciate that. I also wanted to leave this world as well. It's hard. It's really hard, and I'm not going to discredit that. But let me tell you, it's okay. What I tell everybody here is it's okay to have a moment. Have a moment, right? It's okay to not always be okay. You can have 5 moments through the day, but just don't unpack and live there, okay? Know now, Joy, that you have a community. Hold on. Move, Boo. I'm just afraid my dog's going to knock my tripod over. Lay down, buddy. Airport man, thank you for all of that. I appreciate that so much. For me, I have weird things with sense, deja vu, know what's going to happen next. Yes. That's crazy because the summer that my husband passed, I actually had a moment. Oh, thank you for all that. I appreciate that. Where I had this like taste thing going on, and I had this weird, I don't know how to explain it. If you've never experienced it, it's hard to explain. But yes, I have a lot of deja vu, and now I'm finding like if I'm having a conversation over text with somebody, I know what they're going to say before they say it sometimes, where I freak people out. This guy that I was talking to, it's been a while ago. I don't talk to him anymore, but I would literally freak him out because he would say something. I'm like, I already knew you were going to say that before you said it. And he's like, I just made him feel creepy. But anyway, it is what it is. Thank you for I don't know what the GG is, but thank you. I appreciate that. Would you be okay with me messaging you privately sometime to figure this out? Absolutely, absolutely. Because, all of us with gifts, I think we have to stick together. I actually found a guy on here. Oh, thank you for the dinosaur. I appreciate that. And I feel like I'm talking a million miles a minute just trying to keep up. But a guy that found me on here, that his guides led him to me, and he's kind of my mentor. So, yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Am I knitting? No, I'm just holding a pen. Sorry. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Thank you for all the hearts, Julie and Mel. I appreciate that. I assume Julie, that's also you. Does anybody else have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to hop on to the topic real quick, or we can talk about wherever. Like I said, I believe it goes where we're supposed to go. Kimberly from Alabama, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Tell me again how long it's been since your husband passed, and you're wondering if you'll ever find love again. Yes, I figured it was you, Julie. I don't want to consume your live. I think I was brought here to ask about gifts. You're sure welcome to stay. No, don't worry about it. Please do. But you're sure welcome to message me also. Just know my nights get a little crazy after this. So I might not get back to you till tomorrow, but I will get back to you. Okay? Over a year. Okay. And like I said, I guess I think it's up to you, right? When you feel you're ready. For me, my kids were a little upset. I was already talking to people like 3 months after my husband passed. And like I tell everybody, nobody can tell you how long to grieve. Just because I'm talking to other people doesn't mean I'm not still grieving. Doesn't mean I didn't love my husband. It just means that I'm 50 years old and life is short and tomorrow isn't promised. And, you know, I knew that my husband wouldn't want me to lay in this bed for a year and grieve before I moved on. You know, it is what it is. In your honest opinion, what's the best? Okay, I'm going to ask you kindly, either stick to some kind of topic about my page or I'm going to have to block you or I'll just ignore you. There's this guy named Kevin that is interested in me. What do I do? See where it goes. Take it slow if you need to, right? It doesn't hurt to go on a date. You'll know, right? If he's interested in, you know, go out for coffee or to lunch or, you know, whatever it may be, and just see how you feel. How do you feel? Always listen to yourself, right? That's the problem, is people don't listen to themselves. They don't listen to their intuition. The 2 times in my life I didn't listen to my intuition were the 2 times that I regretted it. And then one was the day my husband passed. So just see how you feel. Go with it. If it feels right, keep doing it. If it doesn't feel right, you know, just be open and honest with Kevin. And, you know, if he knows about, you know, honest with him about your husband, that you lost him, it's been a year, you're just getting back into the scene. You don't know what you want or whatever it is. Just be honest, be upfront, and go with your gut. That's what I would tell you. And your heart. Don't forget your heart. You're so very welcome. Same journey, agree with you. Okay, awesome. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Okay, I don't want to screw that up. Is it Obasi? Hi, and where are you from? If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to kind of just start the topic. If you got something else to say, just throw it up there. So tonight, I got to refresh my memory. I got this yesterday. So she wanted me to talk about expectations, right? Expectations for ourselves, our life, relationships, work, and self-care. So first, she wanted me to talk about, okay, hi Keith, where are you from? So our life or ourselves, what does that look like when we have expectations for ourselves? Expectations where we thought we maybe would be, right? That's one of them. This is a huge topic for me right now because I am 50, almost 51 years old, and obviously I didn't think I would be living in an apartment with my youngest daughter and my grandson, 2 cats and a dog, and working my hiney off. You know, it's not where I thought I would be at 50, right? And so many things come into play with those expectations, right? You know, I expected that I would still be married and, you know, be celebrating 34, 35 years with my husband and being able to spoil my grandchildren and traveling like I was before my husband passed, right? And just doing all this stuff, right? And so sometimes, unfortunately, because of life, we have to reel in those expectations, right? It's okay to dream and to manifest and want more things, but sometimes, like I said, we just have to reel those expectations in. Hey Bucky, how are you? Did you tell me where you were from? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. And so where we think we should be, right? Like I said, I thought I would be married for 34, 35 years and, you know, spoiling my grandchildren and traveling. And that's furthest from where I'm at the moment, right? But now also, I have different expectations because, you know, my husband has passed and my life has changed. 32 years of my life imploded. And so I have to be real with those expectations. And one of those realities is that, you know, my goals and my dreams in life have changed. Really, my goals, everything in my life has changed actually, but my goals have really changed because, you know, I thought I was going to be downsizing and just sitting on a beach somewhere and traveling and, like I said, spoiling my grandkids. And Now I discovered my purpose in life, and I have lots of big goals and dreams for my life that, 2 years ago, I could have never imagined or fathomed, right? Thank you for the badge, Julie, and all the likes. I retired, but I decided to go back to work to give me more purpose. Okay, that's great. And do you think that's your purpose? I mean, you said you're a teacher, right? So is that your true passion in life, Joy? Just asking. And I was going to tell you too, if I could suggest, when those times that you're alone, try journaling. And it doesn't matter what you journal. You can journal to your son, journal how you're feeling, that you feel alone or whatever it may be, right? But try journaling. Journaling helped me tremendously. And if you can get out into nature and journal, even better. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Okay, so like I said, places and things, expectations. So I had an expectation that we were going to downsize and we would be sitting in our camper most of the time on the coast or traveling, right? And obviously that isn't the case, and I do see visions of my future. I've had them for a while, and I kind of know where my future's going, and I will be doing traveling, just it's not going to be what I thought it was going to be, right? Sounds like a good plan? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to hop to relationships and expectations, right? And this would be a good one for you. I'm going to back up real quick. Kimberly, that was her name. Kimberly, if you're still on expectations and relationships, like I said, if you seem like you're interested in this Kevin and he's interested in you, this is a great example of just don't set high expectations. Go into it being completely honest with him and yourself, right? And just see where it goes. And I think that's half of our problem. Has anybody ever had like such high expectations for something, like say you plan this trip, this fabulous trip, right? And you're so excited and you have all these expectations, and then you get on the trip and it's not quite what you thought it was going to be, and it's kind of, to be honest, maybe it's just a little bit of a letdown. And so all these big expectations that you had for this trip just aren't so. What happens? Anybody? Drew, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Well, what I found in the past is when my husband and I travel and I had all these expectations and I got let down, then it was like, like I said, it just became like this letdown. And so then I started deciding I'm going to start going into trips and just be present, not have any expectations other than to just get there and get home, right? And then I found that I had a better time because I didn't set all these expectations, right? Sorry, I kind of got off track there from relationships. Expectations. We expect people to treat us how we treat them, right? How many have had that problem where maybe, you'll give the shirt off your back for somebody and somebody calls you and you drop everything and run, right? And how many of us have, not got that in return because we had expectations that people would treat us or, give the same back to us, and it didn't happen, right? Drew from Utah, recently retired, visiting South Dakota right now. Oh, where are you in South Dakota? Just curious. Well, welcome. No, exactly, Julie. Exactly. I've known Kevin since I was 14. I'm 56. Haven't seen him in all these years till 6 months ago. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this, Kimberly. I don't believe in coincidences, right? I'm just saying, maybe it's the divine intervention. Could be. I could be way off. My intuition's telling me it's divine intervention. Just saying. Right? I don't know. Just go with it, see where it goes. Like I said, don't go into it with any expectations. Be completely honest and see how you feel. Follow your gut, follow your heart. Right? Okay. So we talked about Not everybody is going to give back how we give to them, right? Okay, so I'm going to hop to work. Expectations with work. Thinking we should be something more, right? Anybody have expectations with work? Thank you for the likes, Kimberly. I appreciate that. And Julie, of course. I'm not sure where she was going with that. Hold on, I have to read my notes because like I said, I have to she gave it to me yesterday morning. Example me. Okay, so what she was saying is, oh, Drew, thank you for the heart me. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. And so she said, so this is the example that my guy gave me. Well, I'm 50 and I should be fill in the blank, right? Like I was kind of saying earlier, I'm 50 years old, right? I should be established. I should own a home. I should have my own car. I should have all this stuff, right? I do have a car now. I do have my husband's truck and I do have a car, just not running. But, you know, we have these expectations of, you know, I should have this career or whatever it may be, right? And so sometimes, like I said, we just have to rein in those expectations. And last but not least, I added self-care. And you're thinking, how does self-care fit into expectations, right? Well, why I added the self-care is because we set so many expectations sometimes we forget self-care. So that's very important. Yes, I went back to teaching. As a retired older teacher, I felt like I didn't measure up. Exactly. But guess what? You probably measure up more than those younger teachers, I betcha. Give me one sec, guys. Right? And so that's you putting an expectation on yourself, thinking I don't measure up, right? Well, you just need to chin up, back straight, walk in there like you own the place, girl. You're retired. How many years did you do this? You own that room, right? Versus how many of those teachers, they're still wet behind the ears, right? So, you know, it's a matter of, like I talk about all the time, is loving yourself and knowing that you got this and you don't need 31 years. Exactly. You got this. And you don't need anybody's validation because you did it for 31 years. You probably could teach in your sleep where those other teachers couldn't, right? So you got this. So yeah, just real quick, like I said, self-care. Don't forget to do self-care. That is extremely important. I know I struggle with that. I was going to do my nails yesterday, didn't get it done, but I have to say I had 2 days off finally, and I rested. I got things done. I felt like I accomplished things. I didn't get some of my stuff from my goals done, but I'm down to one job now. So besides my social media, so I think I'll have more time and won't be as exhausted to work on my goals. So, okay. Anybody have any questions or anything you want to add to that? Anybody? Well, while I'm waiting for any comments, if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. I'm just going to give my little plugs here that I have to give. Like I said, if you're not aware, I do have a YouTube channel. It's under Scorpio Medium. If you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you went over there and subscribed. All the videos that you find here, you'll find uploaded over there. The only difference is if you miss a live and you would like to catch that, I upload those over there usually the next day, so you can go over there and catch those. Self-care is very important. Exactly. Extremely important. And we've talked about this ad nauseum on my channel, because filling up your cup and giving yourself self-care, self-love, you know, I say all the time, how much better of a mother and a wife I would have been had I filled up my own cup first. But I always gave from an empty cup. And then of course, hindsight's 20/20, right? Looking back, and it's like, man, I would have been a so much better mother if I had just filled up my cup first, and even a wife for that matter. Okay, so you will find my email in my bio here or over on Scorpio Medium. Like I said, I am a medium if you're interested in. You'll find my email in my bio here or over on Scorpio Medium. Like I said, I am a medium if you're interested in having a channeling session with somebody who has crossed over. Actually, if you still book that through today, I'm offering $25 through today. Sorry guys, it's saying I have unstable connection, so if I glitch or something, I apologize ahead of time. But yeah, so I'm offering those for $25 through today. If not, they go back up to $40, which still I don't think is outrageous. I just want to be able to help people, but my guides tell me I have to charge because they tell me I have a service, so that's why I charge. But if you would like to do that, all you have to do is email me and you can set that up. As of next week, since I'm going back to one job, I am going back to my Sunday through Wednesday schedule because I missed y'all last night. I missed you. So I'm here Sunday through Wednesday, usually between 7 and 8 o'clock Mountain Time. Usually I go on about 7:17. I have a thing for numbers. So between 7 and 8 o'clock, it has sometimes been closer to 8, but I try to keep it 7:15-ish, somewhere in there. Also, you'll find, I think it's in my bio here, but my Venmo, it's on all but maybe one, because there's like one platform it wouldn't let me, but I have added my Venmo account. I really didn't want to do that either, but my guide said also that, I do offer a service, and if you enjoy my channel and my content and you would like to help me keep making that content, it really does help me out a lot. So don't give if you can't, but if you can, it's greatly appreciated. So there's all my lovely little plugs. Do you know about horoscopes? I'm not sure the question. Like, can I give you a horoscope? Is that what you're asking me? Or can you elaborate on that for me? If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Julie, I appreciate you and all the likes so very much. I hope you know that. Yes. No, I don't. I don't do any of that. Like I said, I don't do anything live. Sometimes I have gotten the chills and I might get a little message that I might put out if I'm getting it right at the moment. But I usually have to focus in order to pull somebody in. Not always. So that's why I suggest, if you would like a channeling session with somebody, you can email me. But no, I don't do anything with horoscopes. Sorry. You're so sweet, Julie. Thank you for the likes too, Kimberly. I appreciate that. I know I've just been talking a mile a minute. Does anybody else have anything else they would like to talk about or need to get off their chest? You're so very welcome. Anybody? And meditation's great too, guys. And meditation doesn't have to be just sitting in a quiet, dark room either, just so you guys know. Meditation can be just learning to kind of quiet your mind while you're doing dishes or, taking a hike and, but just know that, it does help. It helped me tremendously. And I've actually gotten away from my meditation a little bit because when I first started, I had to meditate to get my messages, and now they kind of just come. And so working 2 jobs, I've kind of haven't been doing. So my guides are like, Renee, you haven't been meditating. They'll remind me. So I got to get back on that. But anyway, sorry guys. I meditate while hiking mostly. That's awesome. I need to do more hikes, but I haven't always had a car. My life imploded, if you're new here, when my husband left. So, yeah. So one of these days I'm going to get to go back and do my hiking and fishing and all the stuff that I did with my husband that I love to do. Someday. It's coming. I just have to be patient. I have somebody that tells me all the time, you have to endure to enjoy. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, guys, anybody have anything else they want to say or add? Anybody? Yes, for sure. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything going once, and hopefully all the comments are coming through. Sometimes they filter, guys, and I can't help that. I have all my filters off. Yes. Yes, Barb, what's your question? I'll try to answer it. Can't guarantee. Hopefully your question will come through. Okay, anybody else going once? Going twice? Hold on, guys. Sorry. Anybody? See what I mean? They let all the troll comments come through, but half the nights, half of my questions don't come through. Okay, well, on that note, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all so very much. I appreciate all the love, all the hearts, all of the gifts, all the badges, all of the everything, just all of the love. I appreciate you so much. Just know that, like I said, my community is your community, and I'm so glad that you're here. Without you, I wouldn't be here. And I will be back tomorrow night. Let's see, today's Monday, so I'll be back tomorrow night about 7:15-ish. Joy, all you have to do is go to my bio and send me an email, and I can set that up for you. It's under ScorpioMedium74@gmail or ScorpioMedium74@yahoo, but it should be in my bio. Aw, thanks for the heart. I love that one. I just got that one for the first time the other night, Drew. I appreciate that. So yeah, email me. And like I said, it'll probably be tomorrow before I got back to you, but I would still give you, if you email me tonight, I would still give it to you for $25. Okay, guys, well, I guess that's it. I appreciate you all so very much. Like I said, oh, thank you for the badge. I hope you all have a great night. Remember to make tomorrow great, because it is a choice. And on that note, I'm going to say, until we meet again.